Good afternoon and welcome to NYFP. In mid-afternoon and midweek trade, the Dow is posting a triple-digit gain. Joining me this afternoon to weigh in on the latest action is Stephen Guilfoyle of Meridian Equity Partners. Hi, Steve. Thanks for joining me.
As always, I'm glad to be here.
Well, in midweek trade, we're seeing U.S. stocks higher. Now, we have a lot going on, including the G20 coming up, as well as headlines from the Eurozone. But on the heels of the ADP report and ahead of the Fed decision, as well as press conference, why are we seeing these gains?
That sure is a lot to look at, isn't it? I'd say we got the first piece of the jobs data for the week this morning with the ADP report. It came in 10,000 better than expected. We're not out of the woods with those things yet, though, because we still got the jobless claims tomorrow, looking for 400,000. We also have unemployment on Friday and non-farm payrolls. So we got a long ways to go in that arena just this week alone. We're seeing optimism in Europe because it seems like they're going to try to force this deal down Greece's throat that Greece already agreed to. But I don't know if that's true. So I think there's maybe a little bit of fool's gold here today. We've tested 1243 on the S&P 2 or 3 times already, and it's held. And if Greece wants to get out of this deal, all they got to do is put it to this referendum vote and let themselves default. So does this leader in Greece believe that's in the best case? That's the best case scenario for his people? Maybe he does. I guess we'll find that out shortly.
And regarding the ECB, this is the first meeting that will be chaired by the new president, Mario Draghi. And in today's trading session, we will be getting Bernanke's Fed statement. But longer term, what are you watching for from both of these rate announcements?
I don't know if we'll see anything drastic out of the ECB just yet. As for the Fed, I think it's very close, very important to watch what they say. Watch it very closely. They're not going to change any interest rates, nothing like that. But they are going to grease the rails. So if we have to head towards another round of monetary easing, they can do it. So they're probably going to either raise the inflation target or talk about raising the inflation target. They're probably also going to talk about buying mortgage-backed securities so they can lower interest rates for people who are trying to refinance as a way of getting the economy going. So there are going to be things you've got to look for today, even if on the surface it looks like they didn't do anything.
Okay, Steve, last but not least, before we wrap it up, we've been continuing to see an interesting price action in terms of crude oil prices and also from the commodity sector. What do you expect to see going forward?
Well, how about that gold, huh? That thing, it's up like $150 over the past maybe 5 trading sessions, even though there were some down days involved. So I think while you're watching all the commodities, that's the one. That's the one that has almost a currency function. That's the one that has the store of wealth function. That's the one that you're going to see move, especially if things do fall apart in Europe or if this G20 meeting doesn't go so well. That's the one that will continue to move higher.
Okay, Steve, as always, thank you so much for joining me and thanks for all your insight.
You're welcome.